Damn, it was an info dump of a chapter. It was so info dumping. I'm starting to feel like this review is gonna become even longer. I can't process everything I just read. Because a lot of things were answered and yet nothing at all. Typical Oda style. In the One Piece chapter 957. From me, the Angry Army, found the Despair Reviewer. We don't know who else voted against, voted to have the Shibukai system away here, but we all know that Fujitora wished for that, as well as Smoker. So I think a fraction of him. What makes this so very strange, though, is that he's saying the will of the kings cannot be overturned. This, once again, creates a very big question. We know that the reverie is nothing more than a farce. After all, the world is ruled by Im. But no one except the 5 Elder Stars knows about Im's existence. And I've always felt like they are the true rulers of the world. Or are they just advisors to the kings? I mean, it's still no explanation of what Im and the 5 Elders thought about this. They said that a great cleansing is ahead. And we know something happened to Alabasta. So, yeah, can that mean everything? But what makes this so strange is that Sakazuki, Akihino is talking to Fujitora on the Dendemushi. And it's revealed that the Science Division has created something called the SSG. Whatever that is, we of course do not know. But according to Fujitora, way back in the Reverie arc, Vegapunk had created something which the Shibukai system did not need, so it's probably a high-end weapon. But last time, Orochi demanded Vegapunk. Why am I getting a feeling like this is gonna be connected? Somehow. Either way, it's... but what makes this chapter truly surprising is that the Marines already know that Big Mom and Kaido are joining forces. And before you ask me, dude, don't you remember that X-Drake and Kobe talk to each other? And then I'm saying, yes, I do know. But the question is, that doesn't answer the question on what Sword is. I thought Sword was a highly secret, undercover Marine faction. Something only a selected few. And Akihino do not look like the type of guy who would support Sword. I mean, he's ruthless, and he said he didn't even want the Shibukai system to be abolished. So what I'm trying to say is, how did they find out? Did Kobe tell them after X-Drake told them? If so, then Sword is not as undercover as I thought it was. Is it possible that all the Marines do know, admirals do know about, Sword's existence? I see no other way for them to have actually found this out, because it's not in the big news. At least I presume not so. We cannot forget that last week also the government tried to cover up something. We did not find out what that cover-up was, but I got a theory, if it weren't for the fact that I'm pretty sure they did not find out that Kaido and Big Mom did join forces, then I would have almost certainly have guessed that what they wanted to cover up would be Big Mom and Kaido's alliance. But again, it's not confirmed exactly to me how they found out. But what comes next is nothing but enormous amount of information, as brand new together with Sengoku is informing Marines that we haven't even seen, mind you. At least not so many of them. And finally reveals a very long-standing theory about the Pirates of Rocks. Long time ago we heard the name Rocks. It was just dropped suddenly. It was their era that the Roger supposedly defeated 40 years ago or something like that. It's revealed, though, that while Kaido and Big Mom has been at each other's throat like cat and dog, they truly were on the same ship together, as many of them have said. And that ship was indeed the Rocks Pirates. But that's not all. Whitebeard was on that ship too. Oh yeah, and that's not all. Even Shiki the Golden Lion. Come on, you know who Shiki the Golden Lion is, right? I mean, didn't you see Strong World is one of the few One Piece movies that you have to see. And not only that, Captain John, a character we haven't, we have met him. Yes, not met him. Remember in Thriller Bark? Sluggish Captain John, a zombie? Yeah, that was the corpse of the real Captain John, and the treasure whose Buggy was hunting for and presumably got. But then we also got some names we haven't seen yet, such as Silver Axe and Wang Shi, or something like that. Either way, all these, what is presumed to be legend, were on the same ship together. And they were in a massive pirate armada, or at least a terrorist group. What was very strange though is that the captain was a man who wanted to rule the world, or become a pirate king, or at least become the king of the world. Given that we got a reveal of what his name was, it makes a little bit sense. But we'll get to that in a bit. And then was the story that Garp was the hero of the Marines that defeated the Rocks. But of course, just like the government, the truth is a lot more secretive than we thought. Yes, Garp really did defeat the Rocks pirates, but not alone. No, he actually teamed up with an unlikely ally to defeat the Rocks pirates, because they were on the same place. The Rocks pirates were attempting to attack an island called God Valley. Okay, this is the first time we heard about that. And the one who stopped them were Garp the Fist and Roger, the future pirate king. Yeah. Garp and Roger met each other on that place. Well, not when I mean met each other, I don't mean they got to know each other there. I mean by coincidence, they were in the same place together. And they teamed up to defeat the Rocks pirates. The Rocks pirates themselves was supposedly formed in the pirate island, who we, by the way, got a name for that island this time. Actually, it's the island Beehive. That's the pirate island before. And it's also revealed another reason why Garp is not an admiral. He has strength of an admiral, probably even more so than them. But it's revealed that he has refused that because of freedom, but also because he doesn't want to become a slave to the world nobles. Because an admiral is a dog to the world nobles. After all, they can just call it like that. This does beg a very big question, though. The Rocks pirates wanted to destroy God Valley and supposedly take over the world, but there were the celestial dragons and their slaves supposedly were. And the Roger pirates and Garp prevented that from happening. I find that very strange. Why, for some reason, did Garp prevent that? I mean, Sengoku says that his morals forbade him from wanting to become a pawn to the celestial dragons. And yet he defended them. Why? Is it because Garp is in the end the one and only marine of justice? I mean, don't get me wrong, the celestial dragons are not justice. They are scum. Beyond scum. But is it the fact that even Garp feels like no one deserves to be crushed by the Rocks pirates? Or did he feel like this was his duty? It doesn't answer the question on why Roger did this too. Granted, however, Captain Rocks was his most dangerous enemy, so maybe he just wanted to get rid of him. Who knows? Or it could just be that what Garp was saving was not the celestial dragons, but the slaves. Although granted, however, he probably didn't liberate the slaves, but maybe perhaps what he wanted to save was the slaves, the true innocent people, not the celestial dragons. Ooh, who cares? Well, not who cares, who knows? Regardless, as they teamed up and they defeated the Rocks pirates on the God Valley incident. But the God Valley island does not longer exist. It vanished without a trace. Well, since superpowers clashed on that island, it makes sense. And after that, the Rocks pirates has faded into myth, and few know about their stories because it's a tale of old. Sengoku come from the same generation as Garp, therefore he knows about this, and he's just informing them of that. But just like the government, they are also shushing every single information about that, including of the fact that Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Kaido were once part of the same crew. They even shushed down that Garp and Roger teamed up to defeat the Rocks pirates. I'm actually a bit surprised they teamed up, but I guess in the end they really did trust each other. But here is what the most thing is. Why did Captain Rocks wants to become ruler of the world? Well, we don't really know. But we do find out that his real name was Rocks D. Xebek. Actually, Xebek, or Sebek, however you say that name. It's actually the name of one of Blackbeard's ships. A coincidence? Regardless, however, Rocks D. Xebek was a D. And he was an enemy of the government, not only because of his terrorist act, and not only because he targeted the celestial dragons, but because he was trying to find out something. He attacked the government. He wanted to find out their secrets. Yes, Rocks D wanted to find out the truth. I'm pretty sure he wanted to find out the truth about the world. But unlike so many Ds, he decided to burn everything just to find that out. He wanted to become the ruler of the world because he felt like it was his destiny. Once again, a D in the middle of the storm. Regardless, however, with this, we are for the first time ever finding out the bounties of the Marines. The Yonko. And let me tell you, it's lower than I thought it was. And before you correct me by saying, dude, that is still a lot. And I'm saying, yes, I know that. But I thought for sure a Yonko was at least over 10 billion. But no, the max bounty is apparently over 5 billion. Marshal D. Teach, Blackbeard, captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, or admiral, who is also the de facto leader of the pirate island Beehive, where he's gathering recruits, has a bounty of 2.247,060 billion. Sorry, I can't do math, okay? Next is red-haired Shanks, who is trusted by all of his crewmates. Oh, it's revealed that all of his crew members have an infamous reputation. Well, duh. But it's a promising thing at least. Red-haired Shanks, he has a bounty of 4.048.900 billion. Next up is Big Mom, the monster. She has a bounty of 4.388.000.000 billion berries. And finally Kaido, who has a 4.611.100,000 billion. Yeah, again, I cannot count that way. It is also revealed that Edward Newgato's bounty was over 5 billion, or at least 5.046 billion berries, or at least more than that. While we actually find out Roger's deceased bounty, and that bounty was 5.564.80,000 billion berries. So yeah, no small bounties indeed. It's still in the billion, but I really thought it was gonna be over 10. But no, the most bounty is over 5 billion. That is the highest bounty, and that is Yonko level. But they also don't know the Shibukai bounty because they are gonna reverse. Sakazuki arrives saying that they're not gonna send reinforcements to Wano because they don't have the manpower. Well, duh! If you're wasting all of your manpower just to hunt down the Shibukai who are no longer the Shibukai, then yeah, of course you don't have the manpower. I'm still wondering, why chasing the former Shibukai? Because they're too dangerous to stay on the sea now that there no longer is that? Regardless, however, it's revealed that Kosuke Oden was actually well known by the Marines to be a pirate. Even on Whitebeard's ship, he was a division commander, and eventually they even knew he was on Roger thing. The thing that ends the chapter is Sengoku saying, "Why are so many powerful individuals connected to Wano? I do not believe this is a coincidence." Indeed, Wano is the place. Wano is the place where the world will finally turn into the dawn. Because Wano had the Kosuke clan, the people that built the poneglyph. It has the legends of rocks that once they are finally dead, then the world will enter a new complete era And it has Luffy, a man of D, who has been carrying on more things than ever. It has Nico Robin, the one girl that can read the poneglyphs. And it has the successor to the Kusuki clan, Momonosuke and Hiyori, as well as the most deadly swords. And so many more. Wano is an isolationist country, but it holds so many secrets that the government have tried to keep up and hidden. But because it's an isolationist country, no one's ever found that out. What I'm trying to say here is, it is not a coincidence. Wano is the country of fate, and that fate will decide the future of this world. So yeah, a very long review, but come on, it was an info dump of a chapter. Was it awesome? Well, this information is awesome, but I'm also still demanding answers! I got some answers, but not all. But at least we finally got the Jonko's bounties. Blackbeard is the lowest, although I have a feeling for not very long. And the Shibukai are gonna get new bounties. And yeah, Luffy, I beg you, please win. Although granted, not even Garp could defeat the Rocks Pirates alone. He had to team up with Roger. This seems to suggest that Luffy has to team up with someone else as well. And who is that gonna be? Well, there are two Ds in Wano, the Trafalgar and Luffy. So the biggest question is, who else does Luffy have to team up with to even stand a chance against this might? Give me your thoughts if you have any.